Hi all, this is Lakshmi working as assistant professor in the Department of ECE at SNSCT. So today I'm here to discuss about the lecture series on the course Smart Sensors and Devices, and the unit which we are going to discuss is all about the overview of measurements and sensors. So the first topic I'm going to discuss here is about the sensor functions. So first, let us discuss about what is a sensor. So a sensor is a device which can detect and respond to any type of inputs from the environment. So any physical properties like heat, motion, temperature, pressure, humidity, and all these physical parameters can be detected by the sensor, and it can produce an output signal which can be readable, human readable. So the sensors normally plays a vital role in internet of things. So at the input side, the sensors plays a vital role in collecting data and processing the data. So the data processing and collection becomes easier in Internet of Things only because of the sensors. So this is a device which can detect or measure any physical property, and it can record and provide the output in the human readable way. So there are major classification of sensor. Lot of sensor types are available. So first we can discuss about the two basic classification of sensors, so which is your active sensor, passive sensor, analog and digital sensor. So active sensor means that it will detect and emit their own energy. So what the active sensors will do is actually they will first emit the energy on the target, and the time it takes for the energy to bounce back from the target is calculated, and it sends the parameters. So this is how active sensors works. So examples for active sensors are sonar, radar, etc. All these things comes under active sensors. They emit their own energy on the target. Whereas passive sensors will detect any naturally occurring energy. So our camera, IR sensors, all these things comes under passive sensors. It does not emit energy. It is going to detect the naturally occurring energy. So this is how the sensors are classified as active and passive. So the other classification is about analog and digital sensor. So analog sensor will work on the continuous range of values, whereas the digital sensors works on the zeros and ones. So here are few examples of the sensors given. So this is a touch sensor. We have an ultrasonic sensor, speed sensor, temperature sensor. This is LM35, which is an analog sensor, and the smart motion sensors, airbag, the sensors in the car which prevents us from the major accidents. So all these things are certain types of sensors which are used in Internet of Things and in various smart applications where the sensors plays the vital role. So here is an example of the use of sensor, the importance of sensor in a particular system. So we could see that in a car, there are a lot of sensors which are playing a vital role. So here is an example of the different sensors in a car. You can see that the chassis level sensor, which indicates the level of the engine, then your motion position sensor, the differential non-contact angle sensor, steering sensor, throttle position sensor, and HVAC sensor, steering sensor, fuel level sensor, wheel speed sensor, mirror sensor, accelerator pedal angle sensor, transmission sensor, etc. So these are the different types of sensor which performs various function in a car system. So fuel level sensor will indicate the level of the fuel, the mirror sensor to check the objects, then wheel speed sensor indicates the speed of the rotation the wheel. So likewise various sensor performs different function, and HVAC will determine the humidity and air conditioning system. So different sensor is contributing to different function in car system. So let us discuss the actual definition of sensor as per American nation standards. They are defined as it is a device which produces usable output in response to a specified measurement, which is our input signal. And the transducer is another confusion which normally occurs. So transducer usually converts one form of energy into another form of energy. So energy conversion takes place in transducer, right? So the sensors can act as the transducer also. So microphone, loudspeaker, biological sensors like touch, sight, etc. So all these things comes under the various physical parameters. So also called as I told, it is also called as transducer, probe, gauge, detector, pickup, etc. And so which responds to a physical stimulus like heat, light, sound, pressure, magnetism, or particular motion. So all these things comes under the definition of sensor by each organization. Now, coming to the exact definition for transducer, as I told, it is a device which is activated by power from one system and supplies power to the another system. For example, if I take a piezoelectric crystal, what it does is it converts one energy to another energy. So, on application of mechanical force, electric field is generated. So, that is the inverse piezoelectric effect. So, similarly, a device which is activated by from one system and supplies power to another system. So one example for transducer is loudspeaker, where when we speak, the sound energy is getting converted into electrical energy. And at the output side through the so that is microphone and loudspeaker at the output side, it will convert back the electrical energy into the sound energy. That is the function of loudspeaker, which is acting as inverse transducer. And at the input is microphone as the transducer. So next talking about activator. So activator is at the towards the output end, which indicates the motion. So a mechanism for moving or controlling something indirectly, that is called as activator. So they are specifically responsible for activating any mechanical device like a DC motor, etc. So moving or controlling something. So controlling the motion of a motor. All these things comes under activator. So few definitions as a summarized one. So stimulus is nothing but the quantity that is being sensed. The other name is also called measurement. And sensor, as I told, it is a device that responds to physical stimulus. Transducer will convert one form of energy into another form. Activator is a mechanism capable of performing a physical action or motion. So exact definitions. So few detectable phenomena and the corresponding stimulus. So as acoustic, so denotes the wave spectrum velocity, and biological like the fluid concentration. Electric is the charge, voltage, current. Magnetic would contribute to magnetic field. Optical, the parameters like absorption, refractive index, etc. And thermal will give the temperature, flux, heat, conductivity, and mechanical would give the position, velocity, acceleration. So these are certain detectable phenomena. And when choosing a sensor, there are three factors to be considered: environmental factor, economic factors, and the sensor characteristics. So, various environmental factors like the temperature, range, humidity, size, power, etc., contributes to the environmental factors. Economic factors like its lifetime, cost, availability should also to be taken into consideration while we are choosing a sensor for the particular operation. And also the characteristics like sensitivity, range, stability, error, frequency response, etc. So today's assessment: how do ultrasonic sensors detect objects and what are their advantages and disadvantages? So ultrasonic sensor detect objects by emitting high frequency sound waves. So and then it on the target, and it will measure the time taken for the wave to reflect back as an echo. So that time of flight is used to calculate the distance of the object. So advantages like it is having the ability to work in various lighting conditions, and it is resistant to dust, moisture, and it is of low cost. So this is all about ultrasonic sensors. Thank you.